Hey, what's going on? I would like to welcome you all to Water Your Soil. So I had a little technical difficulties, but we're still starting. We're still doing it. I had an interview with Sledge, so I'm gonna bring Sledge on, and we're gonna get right into it because, like I was saying, I don't know what happened. It was an error, but here I am right now, and now I'm about to bring Sledge on. Hey, what's
What
going on, Sledge? Yeah, man. I have no clue what was going on, but how are you? How are you today, man?
man, I'm good, man. It's technology, man. You know how it go.
Yeah, technology ridiculous. But yeah, I wanted to bring you up here talk about credit cards because as I was stating on the previous video, you're someone that I look up to in this credit card space because of your experience with credit cards and you have over 20 credit cards. I know you said you got approved for over 10 American Express credit cards, and that's big. So you have a wealth of knowledge when it comes to this credit card thing. So I just wanted to put you up here on this channel to talk about it and get some info to the listeners. But how did you first get your journey with credit cards and credit scores? Because I know for me, my journey started a while ago back in 2015. But what about your journey? When did your journey start out?
You know what? Honestly, it probably started around that same time. Like I'm
Yeah,
older, but you know what I'm saying. So my journey started a couple of times. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I was working on my credit. I had good credit, messed that credit up, restarted it, messed that credit up, and I am where I am today.
yeah,
Uh, Basically, the journey that I'm currently on right now, it just started because I was just doing the right thing, but I wasn't taking advantage of my credit at the time. I'm paying my bills. What I'm saying, I have credit cards, but I'm not using credit cards for the benefits and things like that. I'm just
yeah.
doing what somebody should be doing with credit without taking advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? So my journey started before I even knew that it was started. Basically, what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay, so how long would you say you've been at it? Because I know you said recently you've been going off with the credit cards. So like how long have you been at it as far as credit cards go?
Okay, well, I would say probably I really got into the game the way that I'm in it right now, probably like around 2018, and that was just and that was still light work. Like that was me using the Capital One Quicksilver card and my Discover cards, and you know what I'm saying, getting the benefits of those things, and I
Yeah.
really didn't pick it up until I start actually looking at it on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So that's a pretty interesting thing because when I first got on YouTube, they had let's see, I got on YouTube, I would say about 2013 when I started watching credit card videos. And it wasn't a lot of people in the space around that time in
Yeah.
2013. You figure Sebi was around, Credit Shifu, and really it was those two. Of course, you had people that had like the credit score channels, but as far as credit cards, those were the main two ones that was around. That was a interesting time. But you came when everything was going. And that's a good time to come around, honestly, if you're being honest. So that's a great time that you came around. So what I want to know, because everybody always talks about the positives and the pros in this credit card space. So what I want to know personally, as far as like you know, the cons. And have you ever been denied of a credit card previously?
I was denied a credit card like 4 days ago.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, I think me being denied 4 days ago is different than being denied because of your credit score.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Or because you don't know how to handle credit.
yeah,
And once upon a time, you know what I'm saying, I was definitely in that space. Man, I went from when I first knew my credit score, I was at like 760 something. And man,
yeah.
I screwed up my credit so bad, man. I was down in the yeah, down in 400. I'm like around 770. If you look at
Yeah.
all the bureaus together, I'm somewhere around 770 now. So but it
Oh,
took work to get back to it.
Yeah, yeah. Because I asked because people they often when they get rejected from the credit cards, they think like it's the end of the world. Like I got rejected for a credit card. What am I gonna do? And it happens. Getting
Yeah,
rejected, that thing happens. So I just wanted to bring somebody like you on because you have a lot of experience with all these credit cards and let them know that it's part of the game. It comes along with it. And
they come
I'm
along
glad
with it.
that you were able
You
to share that, honestly.
The thing about it is, these banks have different rules, and
Yeah,
the smart thing to do is to know the rules and abide by the rules. But when you somebody like me that's in the game the way that I am, sometimes I think I can skate by the rules because sometimes I do. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
it ain't gonna
that's
happen every. You know what I'm saying? The dials come apart, and
yeah,
like you said, man, it's not the end of the world because a hard inquiry, if you have a thin credit profile, I would not apply. I would not recommend applying for a lot of credit cards. That just doesn't make sense. If you're working on your credit or you have a thin profile, don't risk a denial if you know that it's a possibility of it. You know what I mean? There's too many credit cards with um, that you can check to see if you're going to be approved before you even apply. Or
yeah,
pre
that's true.
and the pre-approval is not 100%, but it kind of give you an idea if you're going to be approved or not. So, but if you do, if you're somebody that has a stronger profile, when you get rejected for a credit card or denied a credit card, it's not the end of the world because you're going to lose maybe what 2 3 points, and as long as you continue to do the right thing, those points will be back in a month or so. So
Yeah. So you said you came around like 2018 and as far as the credit card game. What do you think changed from back then to now? Because I could give my examples, but I want to know from you like what has changed from the credit card culture back then to right now in 2024.
I think the thing that changed for the most part between then and now, and you know what, you said that when you first started watching it, it was the credit foods and the ag savvies. And you know what? The funny thing is, although there were more YouTubers around pushing credit cards, the YouTube algorithm showed me the same people. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like push
Yep.
the same people to you. But I think the thing that's different now than it was then is we have more people that were dedicated to the game of showing you the right way to doing things.
Correct.
And now we have so many people. We always had them, but you have
Yeah.
so many people trying to show you the quick way to do things and the fraudulent ways to do things. I think it's
Yeah.
more going on than it is people trying to tell you the right thing to do.
That's definitely true. That's definitely true. I think the space it definitely has grown. I wish the algorithm would come around more when it comes to the credit card space because it seems like just about everyone has their own button that you could click on. And I've been talking to YouTube. They still don't have one for our space, where you could click on it and it's specifically titled for credit.
Right.
And it would be good if we had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would
Uh,
be good.
I classify my blogs as like people in blogs. Like I don't even know what what space to put my videos in.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So I got another question, man. When it comes to your favorite credit card, what would you say is your favorite credit card right now?
Amex Platinum slash it's good. I'm about to put a big slash in there. Hilton Aspire card. Like the Hilton Aspire card is such a great card that although it's a hotel card, it still can hold its weight with any card on the market. So I'm gonna have to say those two cards. Uh, the thing with the platinum card is because the platinum card kind of changed the way that I travel. Like I was always somebody who traveled a lot, but because having the platinum, you know what I'm saying, it just made me experience some things that I wasn't experiencing before, and it's hard to go back once you start experiencing these things.
Definitely, definitely. So my question when it comes to the Aspire, because I told you I still got to be ready to sign up for the Aspire. I'm definitely gonna sign up for it because you've been hyping me. You and Caesars. I mean, you and Caesar. Caesar been hyping it too. So I'm definitely gonna sign up for it. As far as the banks, which bank provides you with the best customer service overall when it comes to these banks? Because I know you were at Navy Federal as well, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I have a little bit of I'm sprinkled in a little bit of everywhere. But as far as the best customer service, hands down, American Express and Discover. Like, I mean, hands down. Like, I'm not somebody that call customer service a whole, you know what I'm saying, a whole lot. But the times that I do, those two companies go above and beyond, you know, to make things good for me. I just give you a small example. I was I had a couple other creators. My wife's birthday was last week,
Okay,
and
happy birthday to
we
her.
were for the creator meetup.
Yeah.
I had three other creators reach out to Mastercard concierge, the Ritz Carlton concierge, and Visa signature concierge, and I reached out to American Express concierge. It started off kind of shaky because what I found out was like they don't like they used to book like tours for you and like city tours and stuff like that. They don't do it anymore. They just give you the guidance on what to do it. But I will tell you this, they never stopped messaging me, man, like up until almost halfway through the time that I was there, giving me things to do. They connected with the concierge at the hotel where I was at and made sure that it was a bottle of champagne, a cake, and some other
Nice.
stuff, a card in the room when we arrived there. You know, um, they suggested different restaurants like during the time we was there, not just when I first asked them. And man, yeah, it's hard to beat American Express customer service, but on the surface level of things, Discover's customer service is also excellent.
Yeah. That man, that concierge for that Amex Platinum, they did
Right.
me good, man. Like the
Yeah.
concierge, I remember I had a hotel issue. I was booking a hotel and they literally because I had an issue on my end. I was trying to use my credit with them. And they literally called the hotel, fixed it up because I was having the issue with the hotel, and they just got everything situated. I'm like, man, this is a good tool to have. A lot of people they don't talk about that concierge service that come along with it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. Now, when it comes to you have over 20 credit cards, so what was your process behind that? Like, was it a set goal, or what made you go after that many credit cards?
All right. So it basically started off when I wanted to start my YouTube channel. When I came in and wanted to start my channel, I wanted to base my channel kind of off personal experience.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to start with, I see a lot of guys, they have three cards, you know what I'm saying? And they telling you about all these cards and you know what I'm saying? Like they don't have any annual fee cards or, you know what I'm saying, from different banks. I didn't
Correct.
want to be that person. So when I came in the game, I wanted to have a select number of cards. And from that point, it was about going to different banks. It was about seeing which rules really apply, because you have creators that will regurgitate the same information over and over and over without knowing that it's true or not. You know what I
Correct.
mean?
Correct.
I test the information. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I want to that information is maybe it was true at one time, maybe it's not true now. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the reason why I go through these cars, but it's not just like I just get random cars. I do my process is very strategic. I know which credit bureau that the banks pull from. You know what I'm saying? How many inquiries I have on such credit bureau. It's very strategic when I apply for a card, and that's why my success rate is pretty high.
Yeah. That's pretty good, man. Now that 10 more than 10 American Express cards, because it's always this big dispute in regards to American Express cards. Some people say you can't get past a certain limit. Some say you can, but how did you pull that off with more than 10 American Express cards?
To be totally honest with you, I honestly, I'm not 100% sure, but I
Okay.
think that is the limited time offers. I think that when American Express is pushing the card, and not just American Express, other banks too, when
Yeah.
they're pushing the card, the approval is easier. So the rule is supposed to be 5 credit cards and 10 charge cards.
Yeah.
Any with 10 charge cards with American Express is out of their mind. You know what I mean? Like you just a ridiculous amount of annual fees.
Yeah.
But with the credit cards, once I got to five, once I got to five, I had applied for the Amazon Prime business card, and I got denied for that card. So I was like, okay, five is right.
Yeah.
I got a pre-approval for man, I can't even recall which card it was, but I got a pre-approval for it, and I applied for it and I got it. And then I seen a limited time offer on the card. I applied for it and I and I got it. Then
Yeah.
I back to the Amazon Prime business card because it was a limited time sign up bonus. Applied for that card and got it. So I ended up with 8 Amex credit cards, and I currently have 3 charge cards. So I have 11 total right
Okay. Okay. Cool. Shout out to Jr. With the $25 super chat. Shout out to you, Jr. That's appreciated, definitely. So yeah, with that, a lot of times people they go with American Express, and American Express do me pretty good, man, because I don't really receive hard inquiries when I apply for a new car. Do you get hard inquiries from them whenever you apply for those
now.
10 plus cars that you did?
Okay. Now I'm gonna say I'm an outlier because I've had I've had between 19 and 20 or 20 American Express cards between, you know, just different cars at different times. You
Yeah.
know, and that's just upgraded cars, downgraded cars, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. So somewhere around 19 or 20. But me personally, yes, I've had three hard inquiries with American Express. And but one thing I've never had that everybody talk about is I've never had a financial review. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
money through American Express. You know what I'm saying? Like I run money through American Express. Uh, everybody's afraid of financial reviews and things like that. Have you ever heard of one person who had one personally? Because I've never,
Not
I've
me personally.
heard of one person.
I'm with you, man. I always want. I don't know no one that it has happened with. So I
Not a
always
soul. Only heard it on YouTube. Like I've
definitely,
never heard one person with
definitely.
one.
So I always wonder about that too. The financial reviews. I got a
Yeah.
question, and this is about you. This is more YouTube centered, and this is regarding Chase 20. Chase the Chase.
524 rule.
Yeah, Chase 24. It's like the biggest, most polarizing topic on YouTube. Actually, when I first got on, start watching YouTube videos like 2013, 2014, they was talking about 524. So what's your take on the whole 524? Because it's always a big topic of discussion on here.
To me, it's the 524, and I'm gonna take a note from Tad Money Minutes. It's just to make it feel like their cars are more exclusive than they are. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, chase cars aren't. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, there's nothing phenomenal about any chase car. Like, and that's all of them. But there's nothing phenomenal about them to make it like that. It just make some type of exclusivity to them, and it's a good business practice.
yeah,
They're like it's a good business practice because when people get to talking about you need to start with Chase first. I mean, and you hear that so many times on YouTube. You hear the 524 rule so many times on YouTube.
yeah.
And imagine the business that they get because people are so afraid to start somewhere else and go
That's
straight to
true.
Chase. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
true.
they get so much out of that. So it's a great business rule, but
Yeah,
man, the rule is dumb. When
yeah,
I earlier that I was denied for a car recently, yeah, and that's the exact reason. I applied for the Chase Ink Cash, and they denied me for having too many recent cars, and they had me for 8 and 24 months. And the thing is, I knew that they pulled Equifax for me, and I knew I had 8, but I figured maybe I could skate through. No, they came right out. Like, you know what I'm saying? You had more than 5 cars. I called a reconsideration line and everything. They said, no, sir.
Wow. Wow. So what? So I initially titled this, credit card secrets. What would you, for people watching, and let's say they're new to credit, because everyone in the chat, pretty much has experience with credit cards, but that don't mean that's all who's watching it. So when it comes to those who are new with credit cards, maybe just now getting into this, what would you say are some secrets to getting approved for credit cards? Because like I said, I'm talking to you. You're someone with a lot of credit cards, and you have a lot of experience with this. So, what's your side and your angle when it comes to the secrets for getting approved for credit cards?
I think the number one thing is knowing which credit bureau a card pulled from,
Yeah,
you know, because if you're looking at inquiries and things like that, if you know which bureau that bank pulled from, it gives you a big leg up on things. And then the next thing would probably be, like I say, limited time sign up bonuses or some type of exclusive offer. If they're giving that, they want to give away that card. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
facts.
Want to give away that card. Like, so I know some people will actually when it's a limited time offer, they'll actually go into the bank, and apply there, and sometimes that works. I've never done it, but those limited time offers, when I applied for the Chase IHG card, now we just got off talking about 524,
Yeah,
1324, but they had a limited time sign up bonus, so I went for it. They the application went into pending. I called the reconsideration line. They put me on hold for like 2 minutes, came back and gave me the card. You know what I mean? Because at the time they were pushing that card. But in my opinion, it's more about knowing the bank's rules, because every bank had a certain amount of rules. You know what I mean? American Express, you can't get more than 2 cards in 5 days. That's their rules. Don't apply for 3. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy to find out these rules. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, it's
yeah,
you have to on YouTube. You can just look it up. You know what I
definitely,
mean? But yeah,
definitely.
no rules, no bureau they pull from, and limited time offers.
Cool, cool. All right, we got another super chat. Shout out to Joe. Hey, I'm gonna have Joe on here in a couple of weeks, next sometime in October as well. I want to
Mr.
get
Wepa,
everybody up on here. Yeah, we go get Joe up on here. So it's gonna be good. But shout out to you, Joe, for the super chat. But when it comes to like as far as promotions and things like that, because you just mentioned it, what was the best intro bonus that you've come across, if you could remember? Like, what was the best one?
probably because I haven't got any super success with a lot of them lately, and a lot of my bigger promotions were like a long time ago. Like, I just say, for instance, when I got the American Express Business Gold, which I may keep or cancel, you know what I'm saying, when the when the annual fee come around.
Yeah,
At the time that I got it, the biggest the biggest sign up bonus was 90,000 membership reward points.
yeah.
Spencer Johnson, another YouTuber, hit me up because he saw 120,000.
Oh wow,
Now, I mean, 30,000 MR points. That's a huge difference. You know what I
correct.
mean? That's a huge difference. Now, when I looked at it, it was still 90K on mine. Let me take that back. It was 100. It was 110 on mine, but I wanted that 120. You know what I'm saying? That he
Yeah,
asked for. So what I did was I did, like, I'm doing my research. I'm seeing what people saying. I wanted to incognito. Wanted to incognito. Search that offer. 120K came up, and I got the 120K. Um,
nice.
that I think the 5 nights with Marriott on the Marriott business, man, that's huge. You know what I mean? Like 5 free nights, like that's a huge sign up bonus. So, and I'm still sitting on all 5 nights. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? I plan on using them to next year, but yeah,
nice,
I
nice.
think it's 3 now.
Yeah. So as far as you travel a lot, as far as airport lounges, because I'm big on airport lounges, I like to do some reviews on them, things like that from time to time. What's the nicest airport lounge that you've been to in, overall in general?
I think the nicest one I've been to. Wow, man, that's hard, man, because I haven't been to any of the new ones. I haven't
Oh,
been to
okay.
JFK. I haven't been to Atlanta. Like since they had them, I haven't been to any of those, man. I'm trying to think of the nicest one I've been to. That's hard, man. I think that let me see. Whichever one is the nice, because there's several Delta Sky clubs in Atlanta.
Yeah, yeah.
The biggest one, I can't remember which one it is.
Is it outside?
Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
F. That's the
yeah,
international one.
yeah. That's the best one I've ever been to. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
like
nice.
I've
Yeah.
ever been. I can tell you the worst airport lounge I ever been to, man. It was in St. Lucia, man. That thing was trash.
Yeah.
It was priority pass lounge. That thing was so bad, bro. But
Yeah.
I have to be out there with 120,000 people. You know what I'm saying? That was that was
Yeah.
outside. So, yeah,
That's cool though. Cause yeah, I've been to. I told you I went to the JFK one, man. That JFK one, it was nice. Now I hear they got the Delta one out there, so I'm gonna have to check that
yeah,
out next time I go back to New York City. Cause I hear
man.
that
I
one is pretty
went to
nice.
the American Airlines had those flagship lounges, man, with chefs in there and all. I
Yeah,
got one of them things, man. Like I looked in one at DFW because it's right across from the Capital One Lounge, like literally
yeah,
right across from it. And
yeah,
I looked in there, but yeah, that was about it, man. I got to get in that thing, but you got to be flying international on AA in order to go in there.
yeah. All right, so I just wanted to get you on here, a quick little bit. I know people it's a weekday, they have things to do. We got NFL coming on in a little bit. Is there anything that you would like to say for the people who are watching in regards to just your journey, your channel, and what we could look forward to in the future from Sledge Inc. team?
Man, I got a lot of stuff going on, man. I'm coming up with I'm still working on it. It's a different interview process. I'm still working on it's gonna be called Spotlight. I left it up to my members to come up with a name for it, and I'm still kind of working on it, the kinks out of it, but it'll probably be up and running within the next couple months. I know a lot of my merch is out of stock because I'm actually surprised that so many people were picking it up. You know what I mean? Like I really am. I'm really surprised that so many people are picking it up. So a lot of the merch will be back in stock. I see JR said that the Delta Sky Lounge in
In
Detroit.
Detroit,
I'm
yeah,
gonna tell you something. When I went
Detroit.
to Detroit, because I'm from Cleveland, right? In
Okay,
Detroit,
okay, okay,
I had no idea that airport and that lounge was gonna be that nice.
yeah.
Yeah, man, that lounge, that Delta Sky Lounge in Detroit is really nice, man. I was actually shocked, man. Like,
Yeah, I think they one of the hubs. I'm not sure, but I
yeah, it
think
is.
it might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No hate on Detroit or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was
yeah,
actually really surprised, man. Like it's a really it's a really good lounge. And I see Philmo say that the Capital One Lounge in DFW nice. And I'm gonna tell you, I got a bone to pick about that one because I was about to go in there and it was a wait, man.
in
I'm
the
waiting,
Capital One,
like,
man.
bro, I'm not waiting to get in the lounge, bro.
Wow.
That's the purpose of having the platinum card. I just went on to the
Exactly.
next lounge. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
you have too many options when you had an American Express platinum card.
Yep. That's true. When I went out to DFW, they didn't build the Capital One. It wasn't built yet.
You want
So
to build yet?
yeah,
I
so
heard
it's
it was nice. Like I
yeah,
heard it was nice. Lose points in miles was like, man, you got to stop in there. Man, I go over to that thing. And they like, it's a. They didn't even tell me how long it was. It was like it's a wait list to get in.
yeah.
Nah,
Shout out to Tasha for the super sticker. Shout out to you, Tasha. Said peer character, lifting some weights, keeps saying keep it up. Nice. Shout out, salute to her. Tasha was the first interview that I did. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out in the live section. It was a great interview, very
for sure.
informative. So make sure you check
Sure.
that one out. But
Hey man,
yeah,
privilege of meeting Tasha live, man.
yeah,
Very beautiful and nice individual. Nice
yeah,
individual, for
that's
real.
dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. But yeah, I want to do some more like group settings in regards to live. Get like Chad on here, get Lonnie, get like a more of a group setting. This is my like I said, this is only my second time on this platform as far as doing lives, as far as an interview format. So of course we had the error earlier, but it happens. It happens. But
Oh, for sure.
it's pretty cool. Dolly said, "Has anyone had history with Credit One? What have you, Sledge?"
Look, I'm gonna tell you a brief story about my history with Credit One.
All right.
Oh, Credit One and Capital One's emblem is pretty similar,
Okay.
right? Man, this is like I'm talking about, man, this is a long time ago, bro. This is probably like early 2000s or so.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that never check their mail unless I'm looking for something. But for some reason, I checked the mail this day and it's a Credit One bill. I had no idea what Credit One was, right? Like I didn't even know what Credit One was at the time. I knew what Capital One was. It was a bill for 49. It was either 49 or 99. I can't remember. But to make a long story short, Credit One opened up a credit card in my name, bro.
Wow.
Right. They opened up a credit card in my name. And I'm gonna tell you how I know that they did it because when I called them, they just instantly closed it. They didn't give me no about it or nothing. I called, but at the time, like I say, I wasn't the same credit card, FICO score person I am now. I
Correct.
didn't think about it. I just know they closed it. Guess what? That's still on my credit for 10 years.
Wow. Wow. That's horrible,
found
man.
out I found out when I forgot how I found out, but I had to be persistent to get them to take it off my credit, man. Like, well, yeah, that was my introduction to the Credit One.
Wow.
Never again, bro.
Wow.
Like,
I
they just
feel
left a bad taste in my mouth then. But to answer that person's questions, stay away from Credit One.
You've been warned. You've been warned. Hey, shout out to Luxury Car Service TV with the super sticker. They said peer character sliding on the floor on his knees saying go. I feel you. Shout out to you. So yeah, man, like I stated earlier, man, it's been a pleasure. You one of my favorite channels on here between you and Tasha, and of course the others that I always mention, Chad, Lonnie, Joe, Key, all of y'all. I respect all of y'all channels, and I get something from all of y'all when it comes to this YouTube space. And I'm happy that a lot of you are on here because you know it would kind of be kind of dead doing it without y'all on here. So it's good that y'all are on here. And like I said, I learned something from all of y'all because you and Key, y'all have so many credit cards, so it's a wealth of knowledge. Chad has definitely a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah,
Lottie, Joe. So it's just good that everybody could just come on here and just share their information and help people because, in my opinion, that's the most important thing coming on here, spread knowledge and helping people because everybody has a different angle and a different side of doing things and different experiences. So it's just good to get that information. So whenever I hear about certain credit cards, Navy Federal, the Hilton Aspire, and a lot of credit cards that I don't necessarily have because I don't have credit cards currently with Capital One. I don't have Navy Federal, but when it comes to certain credit cards like that, you're always my go-to source, and I'll even send people your way for that info. So it's just good that you have other people on here that's doing the same thing and spreading that knowledge like you are. So, I had to bring you up on here. I wanted to get Tasha on first because I wanted to talk about debt and how to get out of credit card debt because I get a lot of those questions. But I had to bring you on here because you my go-to when it comes to talking about a lot of these credit cards because of the amount of experience you got. So
Hey
definitely.
man, look, I'm gonna tell you something like this. Like I say, when I first got on here, when I first got on YouTube, man, like I say, the algorithm pushed me to the Ag Sebbies and
Yeah,
I'm saying the credit Shifus and I'm saying, like in that crowd.
yeah,
But honestly speaking, after that, I think because I've been watching your channel for a long time. I've been commenting in your comments
you've been commenting for a
before I
while.
made the channel. You know what I'm saying? But
Definitely.
my point behind that is I don't watch them dudes no more. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't watch them dudes no more. And your channel is so informative and you bring so many different things to the table, you know what I'm saying? Because your channel is not just about credit cards, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
It's not just about FICO scores. It's about your channel is more about helping people. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So if the people want to get that knowledge, man, and they tune in to you, man, it's so much they can get out of it. And the one thing that I look for is like just people being legitimate and honest and being themselves. You know what I'm saying? When I look at the creator. So if I'm still watching your channel, I honestly feel, you know what I'm saying, I got some kind of connection to it. You know what I'm saying? I
Correct.
got some type of connection to it, man. And when I saw you pass 10K subscribers, man, it was like I passed 10K. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
happy for you, like as if I did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I don't know where you at now, but the last time I checked, man, you was like almost at 12, and you just
Yeah.
passed 10. You know
Definitely.
what I'm saying? So, hey, bro, you doing something right for
I
real.
appreciate that. I
Yeah,
will say,
so,
man, YouTube, one thing about it, I think a lot of the people who come by and they're probably not in the space. I could tell by a lot of the comments and the questions they have, but we're on here. Content creation is not as easy as people may think that it is. They think,
no, sir.
hey, you just need a camera, you need to be able to talk on camera. It's a lot that go into this. You figure, just think, how many videos have you done overall? Probably more than 200,
Yeah,
or
I'm over 300 now.
yeah, over 300. So that's coming off top of your head. 300 videos. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. And a lot
It's a
of people
lot.
don't understand that. It's not like we're vloggers where we just go to the store and film ourselves. No disrespect to bloggers. I mean
Right.
vloggers, because it's the same with them. They have to edit and things like that. But we actually have to come off top of our head with what we know. And there's a lot that goes into it. And I think a lot of times it's not appreciated. That's why I like to, give people their flowers and stuff like that, because I just want the subscribers and the people who do watch to know, yeah, we might be monetized and things like that, but that AdSense doesn't really pay what people think that it does.
No,
So
man.
for content
No.
creators to come on here and take the time out to educate you all, you got to just show them love, just
Yeah,
show love.
sure.
Of course, the
No.
hate is going to come around, but show love and let the love be felt and let it be heard.
Hey, look, it don't cost nothing to hit that like button.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like it don't cost nothing to share the video. And
Correct.
man, if you wanna drop a super chat, please do. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like Nail said, man, like if I go live, man, if I make 35 cents, a dollar 20 on that live, bro, that's it. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Like, that live can get 2,000 views. I'm gonna make like
Correct.
dollars on that live. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but yeah,
Yep. Definitely. Hey,
it's just
Anthony, congrats to you and your wife, man. That's nice.
look, I'm gonna tell you something crazy. We was in New Orleans. I'm at the World War II museum with my wife, right?
Yeah.
Dude, it's this guy. He kind of like standing around. You know what I'm saying? Like he just kind of like in the area. So I look over at him after I'm doing what I'm doing. He like, man, I appreciate your content. Yo, hey, bro, you don't even know how that felt, bro.
Oh man, I know that felt good, man.
Bro, bro,
I
bro,
know
you
it
don't
felt
even know
good.
how that felt, man. Like that just for somebody to say that,
Yeah,
you know, like just for somebody to say that, it meant more than pretty much everything, bro. Like for real.
definitely. Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah, people on my end, they starting to find out about it too. I'm like, it's amazing how YouTube, it just pumps you out to people you probably would never meet,
right.
and you never know who's watching you. So
Never know.
it's always important to make sure that you sharp, because they definitely, people like to come by and they quiz us because they know
Oh,
you're a
for sure.
content creator. They want to make sure you live what you talk. But
Oh,
hey,
for
like I
sure.
said, everybody I mentioned is sharp. So I appreciate you for coming by, man. This means a lot to me. Trust me on that one, because you definitely someone that I look up to in this space. Um, Definitely. I'm gonna have Cesar on next Sunday. So I want you all to be looking out for that,
Oh,
because
let's
he's awesome.
go. My
Someone
dog.
who has shown a lot of love. So that should be dope having him on. We get another angle, a different angle about it. So I'm looking forward to that. But this one right here was good. And it's something that we gonna have to do this again in the future. Definitely
No,
in the
for
near
sure.
future. For sure. But I
Yeah.
appreciate you for stopping by, man. You got anything you want to say before we get off?
Hey, look, man. The only thing I want to say is, look, anybody who's watching, whether you've been here for 5 minutes, 15 minutes, a half hour, whole time, man, we appreciate y'all for being out here, man, and salute to y'all.
Definitely. All right, y'all. We're gonna be out. Y'all enjoy y'all evening. Watch football if you're watching football or whatever.